Greetings fellow men, Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. I want to make this really quick because the voting booths have closed now in Bavaria and the first results are out. These are not really finalized yet, of course, but I still want to show it to you. I don't think we will be seeing too many surprises. The main result can be summed up quite briefly actually. The CSU, the Bavarian sister party, the a little bit more conservative traditionalist sister party of Angela Merkel's CDU, has lost around 12%, a whopping 12%, and is now at around 35%. Still the biggest party, but you have to bear in mind they are used to ruling alone without a coalition partner in Bavaria for a long time. Not always recently, but they were always the ruling power. The Social Democrats also lost around 10%, which is huge because they don't have that much in Bavaria traditionally anyway. The Green Party, on the other hand, could win around 10%, which makes them the second largest power in the Bavarian parliament now. The AfD from 0 to 11%, that is a good result, I think. Many of us would have hoped for more, but in Bavaria, I think not more was to be expected, actually. The Freien Wähler, the free voters, they are a special party that is not in every parliament, but here in Bavaria we have this party. They are also a centrist, conservative force that are just not the CSU, but they are actually very centrist. Then the Liberal Party seems to be in the parliament. This is a special interest party advocating for the interests of very rich people, and the Communist party, the SED or Die Linke. The SED was the unity party of Eastern Germany, and through several stages of renaming they are now called Die Linke, but it is pretty much still the same Soviet unity communist party. So of course the Green Party is celebrating now, and the CSU has a lot of trouble now. And also this result could have some implications for the political scene on the federal level in Germany. That means Angela Merkel could also come under pressure right now. People are already trying to spin this result. Obviously, Angela Merkel will of course blame the CSU. The CSU will say we have always been strong in Bavaria just because we decided not to break the coalition with Angela Merkel in 2015. We are punished by the voters now. And I think generally one should bear in mind that recently a lot of people moved to Bavaria, Germans, so domestic migrants basically, from other federal states of Germany. They came here because we have one of the best economies in the German Federation. There are many jobs here, especially in the engineering sector. And these people who come in from other states, they will not vote for the CSU, of course. The CSU is a party that is special to Bavaria, and they don't really have a very good name in other states. They associate Bavaria and the CSU with bigotry and dark traditionalism and xenophobia, and they would rather have their hands chopped off than voting for the CSU. So it is kind of ironic that what we see on a global scale, that means migrants coming from poor parts of the world to successful parts of the world, while they still insist that their culture is better and they want to import their culture and their ideologies here. You can see the same thing in Germany. It is so ironic that people from other federal states, from Rhineland-Pfalz and North Rhine-Westphalia, are actually coming to Bavaria because we have jobs for them here, but then they vote for their green, communist or social democrat parties here in the south. But this is also the fate of Baden-Württemberg, the southwestern state next to Bavaria actually. They have always been conservative, always a CDU state, very friendly to the industry and businesses, and now they have a not now, but for a longer time already, they have a Green Party governor. And recently, actually, because there is always a time lag between a change in government and actual changes. You see now in the field of politics that is most touched by the state politics, actually, that is education. The curriculum of schools and the whole approach to how you run schools and how you educate children. This and maybe police force and stuff like that. This is mostly affected by the party that governs a federal state. And here you see that Baden-Württemberg has always been strong. They had always good students who scored well in standardized tests, but this is on the decline now. Baden-Württemberg is no longer a top state because of the Green Party, I think, and I hope that Bavaria will not suffer the same fate, because people had an influx of migrants. They became rich and complacent, and female thinking also was adopted, a female care morality-based worldview. And now you see the consequences. Economic decline and the standards in education are in free fall. Now, when you look at the charts, you can see that technically, yes, the CSU could rule together in a coalition with the AfD easily. Numerically, that would be possible. But I just don't think that the CSU can do that, which is so funny, because the AfD and the CSU, when you look at the content, at their philosophy, at their way of thinking, their beliefs, they are actually not too far apart. They're both conservative and more patriotic parties. The CSU is much closer to the AfD than it is to the current version of Angela Merkel's CDU, actually. Now, a green conservative coalition, just like in Baden-Württemberg, would be catastrophic, I think. Maybe the Freie Wähler and the CSU could go together. That would be a centrist solution, still way better than if the Green Party could actually get into power here. That would be catastrophic. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Servus, Kameraden.